Spoken rhythm to monitor jazz.
Check, check.
Check, check. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್. ತತಕ್ ದಿನ ತಾಮ್ ತಾಮ್ ತಮ್. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬೇಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಚೆಕ್. ತತಕ್ ದಿನ ತಾಮ್ ತಾಮ್ ತಮ್. ಕಡದಕ್ ದಿನ ತಾಮ್ ತಾಮ್ ತಮ್. ಧೀಮ್ ತದಿನ ಧೀಮ್ ಧೀಮ್ ಧೀಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
Hello, check. Good evening to one and all. May I request all the guests to be seated in the auditorium? Once again, may I request all the guests to be seated in this auditorium? In few minutes, we'll be beginning the program. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಎಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲೂ ಒಂದು ವಿನಂತಿ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿರುವ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಕುಳಿತುಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂನಲ್ಲಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೇ ನಿಮಿಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡಲಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Good evening to one and all. May I request all the guests to be seated in the auditorium. We will shortly begin our celebrations. Very interesting celebrations are waiting for all of you. ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ವಿನಂತಿ, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಈ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸೀನರಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೇ ನಿಮಿಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಆರಂಭಿಸಲಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಶುಭ ಸಂಜೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಲ್ಲೂ ವಿನಂತಿ. May I request all of you to be seated in this auditorium so that we can start the program right away. Good evening. Shubha Sanjay. Ellarigu namaskara. A very warm welcome to all of you for this celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, it's said, Satkaraha Samskritir Moolam. Respect and honor are the foundation of noble culture. Dear friends, it's a privilege to welcome all of you as we come together to celebrate an illustrious personality, a truly remarkable milestone, the Golden Jubilee of legal practice of Senior Advocate Mr. K.G. Raghavan. Mr. K.G. Raghavan, Shri Kadaba Gopi Vallabha Iyengar Raghavan. Raghavan sir said, wisdom lies in taking on opportunities. Movement is one-way traffic. Once we let go of time, it's gone forever. So, we decided not to let this opportunity to slip. And we have gathered here to celebrate Senior Advocate K.G. Raghavan, once again, Kadaba Gopi Vallabha Iyengar Raghavan, and his 50 years of golden years of distinguished practice at the bar. Ladies and gentlemen, let's once again hear for this great mentor, the lawyer, the man of the moment. Based in Bengaluru, he has witnessed the evolution of legal landscape and has been an integral part of it, inspiring generations of young lawyers with his knowledge, humility, and professionalism. As a master, in every nook and cranny of the law, there is not a subject he has not laid his mark upon, and there is no high-profile case he has not appeared in. While success has followed him, he is admired even more for his simplicity that precedes him. The true measure of his success in the legal profession is quality of lawyers nurtured at his chambers and the fondness with which his colleagues, past and present, look up to him. This ambassador of culture, education, is the chairman of Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and BBMB Council School, serving the underprivileged children, and he's also in the Advisory Council of Indian Institute of World Culture. Ladies and gentlemen, Senior Advocate K.G. Raghavan, a prolific writer, contributes to newspapers, magazines on legal, philosophical, and religious topics. He has authored books like Echoes from Ramayana, Sundarakanda Sundara, Subhashita for the Day. I request all of you to put your hands together to start this celebration of Senior Advocate K.G. Raghavan and his 50 golden years of distinguished practice at the bar. Every memorable celebration begins with a moment that sets the tone for the evening. This evening, honor the remarkable journey of Senior Advocate Mr. Raghavan and celebrate the 50 years of distinguished legal practice. We begin with two beautiful performances that reflect grace, harmony, and dedication, the very qualities that have defined his illustrious career too. We will begin this program this evening with the saxophone recital. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for the remarkable, the phenomenal female artist in saxophone, Ms. Subbalakshmi Kiran. We will be treated to a saxophone recital by Ms. Subbalakshmi Kiran, an enchanting musical performance whose rich, soulful melodies will add warmth and elegance to this special occasion. Music has a unique way of bringing people together, and this recital is a musical salute to an inspiring journey spanning 50 years. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. M.S. Subbalakshmi Kiran, popularly known as Saxophone Subbalakshmi, is a renowned Indian celebrity, saxophonist, and Guinness World Record holder also for playing the saxophone for the longest duration. I think we should really appreciate this young girl. Subbalakshmi Kiran leads an all-female musical ensemble called Saxophone Sisters India. Born to a musical family, her father is a mridangam artist and grandfather played in the court of Mysore. Subbalakshmi started her vocal training at the age of 5, and she had the blessings of being the student of Padma Shri Kadri Gopal Nath ji, and she started her saxophone lessons from the Padma Shri Kadri Gopal Nath ji. She has performed more than 5,000 shows in India and 17 other countries. Recipient of Kannada Rajyotsava Award at this young age, Padma Bharati Award, and Yuvakala Bharati Award. Ladies and gentlemen, Subbalakshmi for you. We are starting the evening with the Ganesha Vandana in the Natha Raga.
Check, check, check. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಕೊಡಿ. ತದಕ್ ದಿನ ತಾಮ್ 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 ಕಡದಕ್ ದಿನ ತಾಮ್ 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 ಧೀಮ್ ತದಿನ ಧೀಮ್ 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 ತದಕ್ ದಿನ ತಾಮ್ 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 ತಕ ಕಜಣು ತಾಮ್ ತಕ ಕಜಣು ತಾಮ್ ತಕ ಕಜಣು ತಾಮ್ ತಕ ಕಜಣು ತಾಮ್ ತಕ. come on, come on, be my baby, come on, come on, be my baby, come on, come on, be my baby, Thank you so much. Mahaganapatim, next I performed Shape of You song. The next I'm going to perform one more Rahmanji's, my favorite song. Hope you all enjoy this beautiful medley.
Subbalakshmi says that this is the tribute to K.G. Raghavan sir, Ilayaraja music. Another jewel from Ilayaraja sir. Hello. Thank you and thank you and thank you, Subbulakshmi, for that wonderful performance. Saxophone recital was definitely mesmerizing with beautiful melodies and remarkable musical expression that will definitely leave a lasting impression. Thank you and all our compliments to you, Subbulakshmi. Thank you so much. May I request Jaral Manoharan to present this small memento of appreciation to Subbulakshmi. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cheer for Subbulakshmi and wish her all luck. Our celebration now continues with a classical dance recital, where every moment tells a story and every gesture expresses emotion, discipline, and devotion. It is a befitting tribute to a life dedicated to excellence and perseverance. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Priyanka, who is a Bangalore-based dance artist, movement artist, who is also a practicing advocate, recently awarded with the Karthika Nair Best Dancer Award. And she is trained in Bharatanatyam and Kathak dance. Her practice of law has significantly shaped her creative pursuits, supplying it with criticality, sensitivity, and systemic ways of thinking. Priyanka's work is inventive and distinct in its aesthetic, intent, and sensibilities. Priyanka performs both traditional and subversive forms of the dance, and Priyanka's choreographies interrogates, deconstructs the culture of her practice, bringing together the idiom of Bharatanatyam, law, critical thinking, creativity, and storytelling. Priyanka has performed extensively in both solo and group formats in India and abroad. Today, she'll be performing traditional Bharatanatyam compositions for the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, we present Priyanka.
Good evening, everybody. A very, very heartiest congratulations to you, sir, for 50 glorious years at the bar. Thank you so much for having me this evening. Today, I will be presenting two very popular traditional compositions from the Bharatanatyam repertoire. The first one is a Kriti in praise of goddess Saraswati, who is understood to be the embodiment of all knowledge and learning. This is a composition of Padmacharan in Ragam Kalyani and Talam Adi. The second piece is another very popular Devarnama in Kannada by Purandaradasa in Ragam Kapi and Talam Adi, Jagadodharana. The theme in this country recently has been education and children. So today's performance is my dedication to you, sir, to the many, many years that you have dedicated to knowledge and learning, and also the beautiful legacy that you leave behind for the young people of this country. Thank you so much.
शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शुभ सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शारदे शंकर सन्नुते श्रीपद्मचरणे शंकर सन्नुते श्रीपद्मचरणे शंकर सन्नुते श्रीपद्मचरणे सकलकला विशारदे वरदे सकलकला विशारदे सकलकला विशारदे सकलकला विशारदे
தத்தித்தரிகிட தாதா தகதித்தரிகிட தேதே தத்தித்தரிகிட தகதித்தரிகிட தரிகிட தெரிகிட தெரிகிட தெரிகிட
सकलकला विशारदे निगरि निधनि धनि धनि धम पदनि धम गरि गम गम पम पद पदनि निगरि निधनि धनि धनि धम पदनि धम गरि गम गम पम पद पदनि सकलकला विशारदे वरदे सलहिल्न ताये सामगान प्रिये सलहिल्न ताये सामगान प्रिये शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शुभमङ्गले सर्वाभीष्टप्रदे शृङ्गपुराधीश्वरि शारदे शारदे करुणिसम्म श्रुतिगतिಗಳ ಮಾತೆ ಕರುಣಿಸಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರುತಿಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ ಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ
தளங்கு தகதிகு தகதரிகிட தக தத்தித்தகனக ஜம் தரிகிடதக ஜம் தச்சம் தத்தரிகிட தத்தனகிட தச்சனுகிட தரிகிட தக தக தித்தகனக ஜம் தரிகிடதக ஜம் தச்சம் தத்தரிகிட தத்தனகிட தச்சனுகிட தரிகிட தக தத்தித்தகனக ஜம் தரிகிடதக ஜம் தச்சம் தகதித்தகனக ஜம் தரிகிடதக ஜம் தச்சம் தத்தித்தகனக ஜம் தரிகிடதக தக தித்தகனக ஜம் தரிகிடதக தத்திங் கெண்ணத்தம் கருதருதம் தத்திங் கெண்ணத்தம் கருதருதம் தக்கரதருதம் தத்திங் கெண்ணத்தம் கருதருதம் தக்கரதருதம் தகதிகு கருதருதம் தா
ಕರುಣಿಸಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರುತಿಗತಿಗಳ ಮಾತೆ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ಸುಪೂಜಿತೆ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ನಿಗರಿ ನಿಧನಿ ಧನಿ ಸನಿ ಧ ಪಮ ಪದ ನಿ ಧ ಪಮ ಗರಿ ಗಮ ಗಮ ಪಮ ಪದ ಪದ ನಿ ಸ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಸ ಸನಿ ಧ ಸನಿ ಧ ಪಮ ಗರಿ ನಿ ಧ ಪಮ ಪ ಪಮ ಗ ಪಮ ಗರಿ ಸನಿ ಧ ಸ ರಿ ಗ ಮ ರಿ ಗ ಮ ಪದ ಗ ಮ ಪಮ ಪದ ಪದ ನಿ ಧ ನಿ ಧ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ಗರಿ ನಿ ರಿ ನಿ ರಿ ನಿ ಧ ನಿ ಧ ನಿ ಧ ಮ ಧ ಮ ಧ ಮ ಗರಿ ನಿ ನಿ ರಿ ಗ ರಿ ಗ ಮ ಗ ಮ ಧ ಮ ಧ ನಿ ತಿರಿ ಗ ಮಗ ಗರಿ ಸ ನಿ ದ ಗ ಮ ಪದ ನಿ ಸ ಕಮನೀಯ ಸಪ್ತ ಸ್ವರ ಸುಪೂಜಿತೆ ಕಾವ್ಯಗಾನ ಕಲಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ ಕಾಮಿತದಾಯಿನಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಿ ಜನನಿ ಕಾವ್ಯಗಾನ ಕಲಾ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿಣಿ ಕಾಮಿತದಾಯಿನಿ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣಿ ಜನನಿ ಶೃಂಗಪುರಾಧೀಶ್ವರಿ ಶಾರದೆ ಶುಭಮಂಗಳೆ ಸರ್ವಾಭೀಷ್ಟಪ್ರದೆ ಶೃಂಗಪುರಾಧೀಶ್ವರಿ ಶಾರದೆ 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 ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಮಗನೆಂದು ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಮಗನೆಂದು ತಿಳಿಯುತ್ತ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ನಿಗಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಲುಕದ ಅಗಣಿತ ಮಹಿಮನ ಸುಗುಣಾಂತರಂಗನ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ 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 ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಅಣೋರಣೀಯನ ಮಹತೋ ಮಹೀಯನ ಅಪ್ರಮೇಯನ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷನ ಪರವಾಸುದೇವನ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋಧ
Priyanka, that was indeed a very, very great performance. Thank you so much. Your recital, dance recital, classical dance recital was graceful and expressive and deeply captivating. Every movement reflected dedication, discipline, and artistic excellence. It was wonderful, Priyanka, and we thank you wholeheartedly. May I request Advocate Suneet Katarki to present this memento as a token of appreciation to Priyanka. Advocate Priyanka. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Suneet. ಹುಲ್ಲಾಗು ಬೆಟ್ಟದಡಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆಯಾಗು, ಕಲ್ಲಾಗು ಕಷ್ಟಗಳ ಮಳೆಯ ವಿಧಿ ಸುರಿಯೇ, ಬೆಲ್ಲ ಸಕ್ಕರೆಯಾಗು ದೀನ ದುರ್ಬಲರಿಂಗೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೊಳಗೊಂದಾಗು ಮಂಕುತಿಮ್ಮ. This famous verse from Mankutimana Kagga by D.V. Gundappaji encourages cultivating humility, resilience, and kindness in daily life. It suggests adapting to circumstances by being as humble as grass, as gentle as jasmine, being compassionate to the needy, stand firm like a rock to overcome challenges and tough times, blend harmoniously with all people. Ladies and gentlemen, it will not be an exaggeration if I say Mr. K.G. Raghavan, our senior advocate, lives by this verse. If you all agree with me, please put your hands together. We mean it, sir. 50 years in the legal profession is far more than measure of time. It's a testament to unwavering dedication, professional excellence, integrity, and enduring commitment to the cause of justice. Over the first 5 decades, Mr. Raghavan has earned the respect of clients, colleagues, members of the judiciary, and the legal fraternity through his exceptional advocacy and steadfast principles. Ladies and gentlemen, as all of you know, we have gathered here to celebrate a one-of-one senior advocate, K.G. Raghavan, whose weight of contribution to the legal fraternity and to the society at large is immeasurable. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have gathered here for a very, very informal evening as our K.G. Raghavan wished. So let's thank him wholeheartedly for allowing us to host this celebration. As all of you know, he is a leading advocate, litigator, and accomplished education and cultural administrator, devout philosopher, committed philanthropist, and has completed 50 years of distinguished practice at the bar. ಕಾನೂನು ವೃತ್ತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 50 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಅಮೋಘ ಸೇವೆ, ಅಪೂರ್ವ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಅಡ್ವೊಕೇಟ್ K.G. ರಾಘವನ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳು. ಶರಣು 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 ಎನ್ನುತ್ತಾ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಮುಂದುವರಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Now, we have a very interesting program. A journey of 50 years is filled with countless memories, milestones, and moments of inspiration. Let's now take a glimpse into the remarkable professional and personal journey of senior advocate Mr. Raghavan through a special audio-visual presentation.
To the world, he is Senior Advocate K.G. Raghavan, but to Goda and me, he is simply Appa, who we can call any hour of the day. Born to Srimati Sharda and Justice Gopi Vallabha Iyengar, he was the youngest of 5 children, a proud Josephite and an NCC cadet. Discipline and commitment became a way of life. And while many stumbled into law in those days, my father chose it with purpose, graduating from Renukacharya Law College. That choice would shape not only his life, but the lives of so many around him. Growing up, we never saw Appa simply as a lawyer. We saw him as the unwavering pillar of strength for the 4 of us and the limitless force that has always kept our larger family together. Through every milestone, celebration, and challenge, He has been the one everyone could count on. While at one moment he would be in a briefing, the very next moment he would be at school watching us deliver 2 lines of our dialogue on stage. He was always the person who had time for us despite his hectic schedule. Today that same love belongs to a new generation, to our children, Adrit, Shreyas and Janani. He isn't just a senior advocate or even Appa, he's their beloved Gomi, a grandfather who never misses a chance to spoil them, tell them a story, take them on a vacation or make them laugh.
Some of my earliest memories aren't of a law office, they are of our home, because for the longest time, till Appa joined Dua Associates as a partner, our home was his office. I grew up with his juniors. They weren't just his colleagues, but they were part of our family. I remember watching cricket together after court hours, only to hear Appa's familiar car horn as he returned home from court. In a matter of seconds, the TV would go off and the files would reappear and everyone suddenly back at work. Wherever I go, someone tells me, I am one of your dad's juniors, and every single one of them has a story, not just about the lawyer that he is, but about the mentor that he became. Today, many of his juniors have gone on to build remarkable practices of their own, but what makes me smile is wherever they are today, they still introduce themselves with pride as Raghavan Sir's juniors.
3 important skills that I have attempted to pick up from my father-in-law's professional journey as a senior counsel are: first, his attitude. No case is a losing case till you actually lose. And once you lose, don't bother about the result. Look at what you can do in the given circumstances. Second, obsess over a case when it is going on. The best of ideas come at the strangest of times and at the strangest of places. And third, what is happening in your personal life should not affect you in your profession and vice versa.
For Appa, faith has never been something confined to rituals. It's a way of life. Growing up, we learned that success is meaningful only when it is shared, and that giving back is not an obligation but a privilege. Whether it's working with the Sri Ram Nagar Baby MP School, the Rotary, the Bharati Vidya Bhavan, or supporting initiatives that uplift communities, Appa has always believed that every contribution, however small, can make a difference.
But he has never walked that path alone. His beloved wife, Rama, our Amma, was his greatest supporter. In fact, several of Appa's religious associations were ones that Amma initiated and nurtured. Even on the professional front, Amma was the driving force. His most important career decisions were influenced by her. When Appa had his practice at home, clients and colleagues would walk straight into the house to first talk to Amma and only then go into the office for their meeting. Many present today, I'm sure, will have many fond memories of her.
I may be one of the new entrants into the family, but over the years I've discovered there's so much more to Appa than the lawyer everyone knows. He's an exceptional writer. We're also shopping buddies. He loves a good safari, but if you ask me, he enjoys shopping for the safari more than going on one. Every morning begins with a morning walk, followed by a breakfast that's just as important to make up for the lost calories. And whenever he's in New York, he's not the one to let an opportunity for a cup of hot chocolate pass. And if there's one thing you can always count on, it's that Appa is already planning his next trip.
Thank you. Let's thank the organizing committee for this wonderful reflection of an extraordinary journey of senior advocate, our beloved SHRI K.G. Raghavan. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue this evening celebration with a very interesting segment now. We now come to a segment that promises to be both insightful and deeply personal. That's Fireside Chat. May I request the organizers to get ready for the Fireside Chat? Every successful journey is made even more meaningful by the people who have witnessed it closely, those who have shared its challenges, celebrated its milestones, and contributed to its legacy. Now we have the fireside chat with KG Raghavan. Joining him in conversation is Senior Advocate Arun Kumar, who was also once junior of KG Raghavan and one of the many beneficiaries of his mentorship. Having worked alongside him over the years, Mr. Arun Kumar brings not only professional insight, but also a personal perspective that will make this conversation especially meaningful. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Senior Advocate KG Raghavan sir and Senior Advocate Arun Kumar sir to the dais.
Not very often that you will get your senior sitting like this, like as a sitting duck to be asked questions like this. So I think the people who are all here, I think we can be categorized as survivors, because most people here are lawyers, others in business, etc. We've gone through our own travails. We've walked long distances, went to school in distant places, managed it, came to a town where which was unfamiliar, and then made and came up to where you are. And many people here, sir, have passed the stage that you are going through. And so at this point of time, I think I think I can safely say that you have survived the typewriter, the fax machine, the stencil machine where you used to cyclostale, then the photocopier, the dot matrix printers, and the internet, and now you're headlong into liquid text, and now AI, of course. And in doing all this, the privilege that I have today of asking a few questions, he has ridden the top of every wave, whether it was technology, whether it was law, whether you name it, and he has been on the top of every wave. And as we head into AI, he has been on top of that wave too. So now I would like to ask a few questions to Mr. Raghavan, and I think I will leave the floor open. I think the distinguished guests here may also have some questions to ask you, so I will leave 5 minutes for that. So can I start from your early days? You were an avid debater. You were part of the Toastmasters Club. And well, did all that training help you in the legal profession, at home, with your kids?
The second, I don't know. But the first, as to whether to be eloquent in your speech helps you as a lawyer, I have no doubt that it does. Of course, mere eloquence does not take you too far, but eloquence coupled with clarity does. And that's exactly what a public speakers forum will do. And I strongly recommend that every lawyer must go through a public speakers forum. And the forum I was very active in was the Toastmasters Club at the YMCA. In fact, I used to spend so much of time at the YMCA, even in the evenings when I was going to school and college. My mother used to tell me, "Nin parikshal pass martiya, odade illa eno manege bandu." But today, when I look back, the Toastmasters Club and the way in which we were trained to think was an amazing experience. You know, we had what is called as a 2-minute speech, which is a very interesting way in which you can speed up your thought and also convert the thought into words and vocalize those words. Now, what is the 2-minute speech? When we were a bunch of about 50 members in the Toastmasters Club, when the gentleman or the lady sitting next to me starts speaking, I would pick up a slip of paper from a bowl where all the members would have written a subject. And the duration of the speech of the person sitting next to me, maybe that person didn't speak for 2 minutes, maybe just spoke for 1 minute. That was the time available to you to marshal your thoughts and speak. So, answer to your question, Arun, as to whether public speaking as an art makes you a good lawyer, I have no doubt about it.
So you were a topper, a ranker, right through with all your academics and all of it. Why then did you choose the law?
That's an interesting question. I, of course, was inspired to take up the legal profession because my father was a leading lawyer. Secondly, the amount of respect that my father commanded in the society was something that I thought was unique to the legal profession. A lawyer commands such a stature in society that I believe no other profession can command. So that, I must say, was the deciding factor as to why I chose the legal profession. There are many other professions where you may make more money, but if you want stature, if you want respect, that is the legal profession.
So you got married at 32, and there is a story that your wedding was in the morning, and you had a reception in the afternoon. In the evening, and in the afternoon you went to court. The question that I have is that why it took you so long to get married?
Well, because I was first wedded to my profession. And until I stabilized that relationship, I did not want to get into a second relationship. Because I, in fact, told my parents, if I don't succeed as a lawyer, let me suffer alone. I don't want somebody else to suffer on account of my failure. So, until I was steady in my profession, there was no question of getting wedded a second time. That is the reason why I got married, maybe from present day standards, a little late.
So the people talk about balancing your personal life and your professional life. As juniors, I think many of us here will vouch for the fact that we have seen you doing that balancing act, but that was done physically because Radha used to be on your lap, and while you were having meetings, she would be sleeping on your lap, and you would balance it. Do you think you've done a good job in balancing your personal life and your professional life?
I don't know whether I should answer that question. I think the beneficiaries, namely my two daughters, should answer that question.
They just did on the board, sir.
Very good. If they have given an affirmative answer to your question, all that I want to add is, looking back, it has given me great satisfaction. Because we all have to build a civil society. It's not enough if I just become a good lawyer. It's not enough if I just become a prosperous lawyer. What is important is what you're going to leave behind. Am I going to leave behind a family which is entrenched in good behavior, is entrenched in culture? That is far more satisfactory than simply becoming a prosperous lawyer. because I believe we all owe this to posterity.
So from a young lawyer, I'll go into another segment. When parameters were being laid out for designating senior counsel, you had famously opined that these parameters are flawed because it does not consider the kind of mentoring of other youngsters that this person who's going to be designated has been through. My question to you is, who were the mentors who shaped your professional lives?
Well, the first person, of course, who shaped my career is my father. There's no doubt about it. The second is my senior, who is present here, with whom I was working for 5 years since the date I started my profession. May I request you, sir, to please stand up. Mr. Shivaswamy. I have to express that not merely did I learn law at his feet. If today I can write a few things that I do, it is only because of the encouragement that I got from him. He made me read not only law, he made me read the entire works of Shakespeare. He made me read the entire works of Shakespeare by making notes. And he would look at my notes every day in the evening and say, "How many pages have you read?" And he even bought me separate books of the various works of Shakespeare. So, if there is one person who has mentored me in the profession and in the other walks of life which I have enjoyed, it is my senior.
So, Lalita, Shivaswamy's daughter is here, and she now famously told me that you were her first babysitter.
Absolutely. I have carried her as a little baby. I mean, it was such a wonderful thing. And today when I see her, I feel so proud.
So is there, apart from the big names that you just mentioned, sir, is there anyone else that you have tried to emulate at some point of time you've looked up to and wanted to emulate them either in court or outside?
Well, there are several. I want to emulate, and I don't know whether I have come anywhere close to them. One person whose name I have to mention is the former Attorney General of India, Mr. K. Parasar. He has been an inspiration to me. Whenever I look at him, the amount of erudition he has, both in the field of law and otherwise, I said, someday I must get somewhere near him. And I don't know whether I have even partially or even a very little percentage achieved that. That's one person. The other person who I looked at with admiration is Mr. K.K. Venugopal. And whenever I talk to him, I would come back with a feeling that there is something which is special in him. The third person whose name I cannot resist mentioning is our own MNVJ. MNVJ, a visit to his house is a pilgrimage. And every time I would talk to him and come back, I would feel I'm a little better than what I was before I entered his house. That humility, that erudition, that knowledge, and that sense of equality. I mean, I was a junior lawyer. I would go to him. He would stand up and receive me and come to the gate and see me off. That was his quality. So if you ask me the names, these are those who come to my mind on the top of my head.
So there are a few young lawyers also in this gathering. So what would be the attributes of a lawyer who is a good mentor?
attributes of a lawyer who is a good mentor, according to me, is to recognize the positive aspects which are there in everybody. Everybody, whether it is a junior or a senior, has certain positive aspects. And it is the duty of the senior to recognize that. There is no set pattern in which a particular objective can be achieved. Each one has his or her own way of doing things. And if it is done that way, and it is done with sincerity, just accept it. So that's how I would look at anybody. Even an intern who came to the office has certain contribution to make to your own personality and knowledge. Because after all, this legal profession is such an ocean. What we know is small drop in that ocean, and the knowledge that comes can come from so many unidentified sources.
So as I started, you have witnessed 5 decades of changes. Can you encapsulate how the practice of law has changed since you started?
Categorize it into 2. 1, eternal values. 2nd, changing values. Eternal values will never change so far as this profession is concerned, because it is a noble profession. We can never, ever change those eternal values, and everybody knows what those eternal values are. We have to be committed, we have to be honest, we have to be hardworking, we have to be sincere to the various stakeholders. That is unexceptionable at any level, whether you are a junior lawyer, whether you are a senior most lawyer, makes no difference. But what is changing? The art of advocacy has to change. There was a time when you would only have about 25 cases or 30 cases listed in the court. And you had all the time at your command, and the judge had all the time as his or her command in the conduct of the case. But today it is not so. Today, the court is overburdened, and there's so much of demand. And in that situation, a leisurely style of advocacy is not going to work. So you have to know what to say, and say it in a short period of time which is available. Maybe a minute. If you are not in any court, if you cannot get the attention of the judge in the first 5 minutes, you have lost your case. You must get the judge interested in the case first, and thereafter persuade the judge. So that is the difference over the years in advocacy. Eternal principles, changing styles. Make a combination of the 2, you will make a good lawyer.
So in 1998, you were a very successful lawyer. And yet, in 1998, you merged your practice into a law firm. Was that a successful experiment?
Yes, it was. Though many of my peers were skeptical about what I did. They thought that I had submerged my identity in a law firm. A very controversial question. But looking back, was it a successful experiment? I think yes. Why? I have 2 reasons for it. 1, in terms of economics, made no difference. But it made a difference for my colleagues, Arun, like you. I was very particular that we should not become frogs in a well. We should not become, as they say, we should not become kupamandukas. We should have a vision of what's happening all across the country and outside. And that is possible when you are part of a large group of lawyers working across the country. And that is the exposure that I wanted for all my colleagues. The second reason why I wanted that to happen was because I very sincerely felt that if there was one profession which lagged behind other professions in terms of specialization, it was a legal profession. Now, specialization in a legal profession at the hands of one person is impossible because the knowledge is so vast. Therefore, group practice is what I thought was a way forward. And looking back, I think that's true. Today, group practice has come to stay. There are specialists in various subjects who are part of a group and who will contribute for the single cause for which all work as lawyers, namely the interest of the client. And therefore, looking back, I think it was a successful experiment. You should say whether you thought it was a successful experience from your point of view.
So, but you could probably tell us whether personally, professionally,
it was an enriching experience for you.
It was. It was. Because I got to rub shoulders with several leading lawyers in the several parts of the country. Not only that, I interacted with several lawyers outside the country. I interacted with a number of in-house counsels of leading corporates all across the world. And therefore, did it enrich me? Yes, it did. I knew my weakness. I knew my strength from the standpoint of the several lawyers and others with whom I worked.
Sir, is there a tradition at the bar, in our courts, etc., a tradition at the bar, which you wished had continued, but does not?
Well, there are several, but one thing that saddens me is the drop in courtesy amongst the members of the legal profession. We have become little, if I may say so, curt and rude in the court, and we have lost the sense of respect for our brothers and sisters in the profession. This is not about knowledge alone, it is not about money alone, it is being courteous and being nice to especially the institution of which you are a part, I think is critical for the survival not of the individual alone, not of the profession alone, but of the institution. And if that institution is not treated with respect by the members of the bar, I think there is a great danger for democracy in this country. That is what concerns me most.
So, but there must be some good ones also. So
Of course.
So can you name one good custom or tradition that has continued? And
Of course. One good custom and tradition that has continued is the method by which we have stuck to addressing the court, which, according to me, is not an address to the judge, is an address to the institution. And that is very important. Whether you address the judge as my lord or my lady, or as your honor, or as sir or madam, makes no difference. It is an indication of the respect that we have for the institution. And if we do not show that type of a overt respect, I am afraid the public will have no respect for the institution.
so Jerry has showed me he showed me that I'm kind of running out of time. So I have a few rapid-fire questions for you. What's your favorite movie, sir?
Favorite movies?
Yes.
Well, I was not really a movie buff.
Do you still have one favorite movie?
Well, I don't remember. Pass. Pass the question.
Favorite book?
Favorite book? In several languages. In English, my favorite was Shakespeare. In Sanskrit, my favorite book has been the Ramayana. In Kannada, my favorite book has been Mankuti Munakaga. And unfortunately, I cannot read Tamil, but I read the translation, and the most interesting book I have read in Tamil is Tirukkural.
So if you were to have dinner with one famous personality, who would that be?
Dinner with one famous personality here existing or not? Oh, well, I can tell you the person with whom I enjoyed the dinner most one day, and if he was here, I would enjoy the dinner again. That was Justice Hidayatullah. I was staying at India International Center. I had gone for a case in Supreme Court. And I went to the dining room, and you know India International Center is a very, very famous place where you have so many personalities. And Justice Hidayatullah had just retired as just debuted office as Vice President, and he was sitting at the table. And he was all alone. So I took a chance and said, "Sir, I am a lawyer from Bangalore. Can I join this table and spend some time with you?" He was so warm, and he told me so many things in his life. And I can never forget the way he treated him. So if Justice Hidayatullah was here, I would love to have one more dinner with him.
So Justice Patil wrote a book. It was titled Time Spent in Distance Travel. Now, he made about you. What would be the title?
Did you, are you asking with an autobiography or as a biography? If it is an autobiography, that question doesn't arise. If it is a biography, it is left to the biographer.
If it's a biography, why doesn't it arise? If it's a biography, it needs a title.
The biographer has to write the title, not me.
Autobiography.
Well, let's leave that.
Okay.
Pass.
Okay. What's your most liked holiday destination?
Holiday destination? Of course. I love going on holidays, and you see, it's very difficult to say which is your most liked holiday. But you would like to see different cultures. And that is the most exciting part of a holiday.
You would name a place, sir.
New York. Yes, I agree. I agree. Why? Not because my daughter is there, because today my granddaughter is there.
So I'm coming to an end of the rapid fire questions. So I have one question for you. Would you have made a good judge?
No. I don't have a temperament. I'm a person with, of course, I judge myself before I refused. I told myself, am I fit for this position? The answer was no. Why? Because I get very passionate about things. The practice of the profession is not as simply an avocation for me. It is a passionate exercise. And, judges have to have a very calm, cool, composed temperament. And do I have that? No. Therefore, am I a judge? No.
So before I leave take a few questions from the audience, which would be more difficult than what
more difficult, I know.
I must ask you this. Long after everyone in this room is gone, how would you like the legal profession to remember you by?
How do you?
Like the legal profession to remember you by?
I didn't follow your question.
So after all of us are gone,
yes,
the legal profession still has memories.
Legal profession, you mean? Yes.
So how would you like the legal profession to remember you?
I would be very happy if the coming legal profession says, here is a person who did not destroy anything.
We can have a few questions. Would anyone want to ask a couple of questions, Mr. Raghavan? We don't get him often like this. Anyone?
Yes. The most memorable case I have fought? Well, it's a very difficult question. I think that question I'm going to duck in this way. A case is not to be judged as memorable or not memorable from the lawyer's point of view. A case becomes memorable or not memorable from the client's point of view, and for a client, every case is memorable. So, I do not think by simply saying, oh, this is the most memorable case I have argued, a lawyer is putting himself or herself ahead of the client. On the contrary, a lawyer must always put himself or herself as secondary to the client. And if the client thinks that the lawyer has done a good job, that is the most memorable case for the lawyer too. So please ask my clients.
No. We can't let you duck the question in that manner. So you have to tell us as to which is that one case which made a significant difference in
Well, there are several. I mean, for example, in the field of intellectual property, I did a lot of work in several courts across the country and outside for a company like SHRI Corporation, where there was a serious dispute on trademarks. I appeared for them in several matters. Then I did the Financial Times case where Mr. Holna was there opposing me, and we all did it. So it was such an interesting journey. Independent of the result of the case, what we learned was amazing from the point of view of trademark law, from the point of view of press law, from the point of view of Article 19(1)(a), so many issues.
Any other question? Yes? No, Srinivas.
Number of?
The toughest judge you face.
Oh, toughest judge I faced? There are two categories of judges. One, a judge who is intellectually far superior to you, and therefore your wit and wisdom is put to test. The second is a bully judge. I do not want to get into the second category. Bully judges are very, very difficult to deal with. Let's leave them alone.
So the first ones.
The first class, there are several. I mean, I don't want to name anybody. I have had such wonderful experience with so many judges, many of whom are here in this audience. I mean, it was such pleasure. It was a pleasure. And when you went to their court, you might have gone to their court thinking that you have a wonderful case, but the way they looked at it was so different. And therefore, they were tough judges. Justice Ravindran was a tough judge. Justice Shivaraj Patil was a very tough judge. I mean, they were all judges, as they say, with an iron fist in a velvet glove.
One second, sir. Lalita?
Yeah, go ahead.
As I had mentioned, Mr. Raghavan was my first babysitter. I am Advocate Shivaswamy's daughter. My name is Lalita Annapurna. And my first memory of Mr. Raghavan was when he sat with me through the night when I had the measles. And the reason why he sat with me was because my parents were out trying to get the situation sorted out so that I could be taken over to hospital or whatever it was. And that stayed with me throughout my entire careers, of which, as Mr. Raghavan knows, I have a few. Now, my question is to Raghavan, which is, just as how you staying with me during my measles shaped my consciousness and my career choices, what in your professional life, if you were to choose one event ambition to go down the path of mentoring all these people that you see in the room today?
Your father. The way he mentored me, all that I did was pass it on. As one lamp lights another, nor grows less, so nobleness enkindles nobleness.
Sir, good evening, sir. Sukumar here.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I want a very honest answer from you for this question. You are a lawyer. Both your daughters are lawyer. Your son-in-law is a lawyer. Your sambandhi is a lawyer. Just imagine a situation, this, all of you are sitting in a dining table. Do you really discuss about the food? I want a very honest answer.
No. The rule is no court.
No, do you really discuss about the food?
Food, yes. Of course you do. Food, yes. Because we are all quite fond of good food, like everybody else.
So if that's it, I think we can.
Believe me.
How do you balance your duty to the court with that of your duty to the client when it comes to either a fact which the other side has omitted, which would be against you, you point it out?
I would. If the client didn't like it, that's the client's call. I would. Definitely I would. Thank you for relieving me.
Thank you.
So please continue to sit here for a minute.
I just.
So please.
That was really interesting. This fireside chat has
offering glimpse of your early life, experiences, values, and defining moments that have shaped our senior advocate K.G. Raghavan. Remarkable 50-year journey in the legal profession. Thank you so much, sir, for participating in this fireside chat. And we also thank our senior advocate Arun Kumar for making this very, very interesting. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to honor the man whose dedication has inspired us all. May I invite the organizing committee to come out to the dais and felicitate our senior advocate, Shri Kadaba Gopi Vallabhayangar Raghavan. May I request the organizing committee to come out to the dais and felicitate our senior. Today is not just a celebration of an extraordinary career, but also the values that have defined it. We are here to honor a lawyer, a mentor, a respected member of the legal community whose legacy continues to inspire one and all. We deem it our privilege and honor to honor you, sir. It's Raghavan, sir, who has shown us that reputation is built not overnight, but through decades of consistent hard work and ethical practice. When we think of excellency in advocacy, Mr. Raghavan's name naturally comes to our mind. Ladies and gentlemen, this is for your information. In Karnataka, in some places, we have a tradition of celebrating birthdays after 2 days of the birth date. So here, we are celebrating Advocate KG Raghavan's 50th birthday also. So happy birthday to Advocate KG Raghavan, sir. Today is 8th August. 6th August, he had enrolled as an advocate. May we call Mr. Ashok and Aditya to the dais? We are waiting for you, sir. Yes, Raghavan sir said, to be a lawyer, it is demanding. The legal profession is often demanding, yes. But Raghavan sir has shown that one can be both formidable advocate and a gracious human being. We salute to you, sir. Behind every successful professional, there is an excellent human being, and that's you, sir, KG Raghavan, sir. That's why he's admired not only as a lawyer, but as an excellent human being. We thank the organizing committee to doing these honors, and we congratulate. Let's put our hands together and give a loud round of applause to our senior advocate, Sri KG Raghavan sir, for completing 50 golden years at the bar. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have His Holiness Jagat Guru Shankaracharya Mahasamsthana Shri Samsthana Gokarna Shri Ramachandrapura Mathadisha Shri Shri Raghaveshwara Bharati Mahaswamiji Ivara Ashirvachana. His Holiness has sent his blessings to KGR sir.
Hare Rama. ನಾಡಿನ ವಿಖ್ಯಾತ ಮತ್ತು ಹಿರಿಯ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಘವನ್ ತಮ್ಮ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಜೀವನದ 50 ವರ್ಷಗಳನ್ನ ಕಳೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಘಟ್ಟ, ಸ್ವರ್ಣ ಘಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿಬಹುದು, ಪರ್ವಕಾಲ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಇದು. ರಾಘವನ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹತ್ತಿರದಿಂದ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರು ಎಂಥವರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬಲ್ಲವು. ಒಬ್ಬ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ನ್ಯಾಯ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ಅವನು ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಕೇವಲ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾತ್ರದಿಂದ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೇವಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವಾದ ಮಂಡನೆ ಮಾಡಬಲ್ಲ ಎನ್ನುವಷ್ಟು ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ನಿಜವಾದ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ನಿಜವಾದ ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಸತ್ಯನಿಷ್ಠೆ ಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತು ನ್ಯಾಯ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ರಾಘವನ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸ್ವತಃ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ರಾಘವನ್ ಈ ಆಮಿಷಗಳಿಗೆ ಅತೀತರು. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹಣದ ಆಸೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಥಾನಮಾನಗಳ ಆಸೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವುದು ಸರಿಯೋ ಅದು ಸರಿ, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆ ನಾವಿರ್ಬೇಕೆನ್ನೋ ಭಾವವನ್ನು ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹಲವು ಬಾರಿ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮನ್ನೇ ಅವರು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಲ್ಲವರು ಹೇಳೋದುಂಟು, ನ್ಯಾಯವಾದಿ ಅವನು ಕಕ್ಷಿಗಾರನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಕಕ್ಷಿಗಾರನನ್ನ ತನ್ನೊಳಗೆ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅಥವಾ ಕಕ್ಷಿಗಾರನೊಳಗೆ ತಾನು ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡಿ, ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಪರಕಾಯ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಅದು. ಆ ಪರಕಾಯ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಕ್ಷಿಗಾರನೇ ತಾನಾಗಿ ವಾದ ಮಂಡನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ರಾಘವನ್ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಗುಣವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರು ಶ್ರೀ ಮಠದ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವಾದ ಮಂಡನೆ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಭಾವನಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವಾದ ಮಂಡನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದವರು ಕೇಳಿದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ತಾದಾತ್ಮ್ಯ ಕಕ್ಷಿಗಾರನೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಪರಿಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ತಾದಾತ್ಮ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅನೇಕ ಸಂಘ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಾಘವನ್ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸುದೀರ್ಘವಾದ ಆಯುಸ್ಸು, ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಯ ಒಂದು ಭವಿಷ್ಯತ್ತು, ಸಾರ್ಥಕತೆಯ ಜೀವನ ಅವರಿಗಿರಲಿ ಎಂಬುದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಹಾರೈಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಸದಾಕಾಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ಅನುದಿನವೂ ಪೂಜಿಸುವಂತಹ ಸೀತಾರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ, ಚಂದ್ರಮೌಳೀಶ್ವರ, ರಾಜರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿಯ ಮೊದಲಾದ ದೇವತೆಗಳ ದಿವ್ಯ ಸನ್ನಿಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರು ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ದಿವ್ಯ ಸನ್ನಿಧಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರಾಘವನ ಪರವಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಇದೆ. ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಮಾತ್ರವಲ್ಲ, ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದುಕೊಂಡು ಅನೇಕ ಇಂಥ ಒಂದು ನಿಜಕ್ಕೂ ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅಂತ ಕಕ್ಷಿಗಾರರನ್ನ ಅವರು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಡಬೇಕು, ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿಡಬೇಕು. ಎರಡೂ ಬಗೆಯ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದವನ್ನ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಬಯಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಹರೇ ರಾಮ.
ಜಗದ್ಗುರು ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯ ಮಹಾಸಂಸ್ಥಾನ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾನ ಗೋಕರ್ಣ, ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರಾಪುರ ಶ್ರೀ ಮಠಾಧೀಶರಾದ ಶ್ರೀ ರಾಘವೇಶ್ವರ ಭಾರತಿ ಮಹಾಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ಪ್ರಣಾಮಗಳು. So there's a question from the MC. Would you like to address the gathering, sir?
I just want to say thank you very much for your gracious presence. And if there was one most embarrassing moment in my life, it is today.
Oh.
So I really value your presence, and thank you all my colleagues for hosting this beautiful gathering, and thank you all for coming here. But I want to say something which I read from a book titled Imitation of Christ. Let me read that, and that is my prayer too. The more complete and better your knowledge, the stricter will be the judgment on you unless you lead a holy life. So do not be proud of any skill or knowledge you may possess, but respect the learning that you have. If it appears that you know a great deal and have deep interest in many things, remember that there are many other matters where you are very ignorant. So put away your pride and admit your ignorance. Why do you wish to consider yourself above others, while there are many people who are wiser and more perfect in the law of God? If you want to know or learn anything for your personal gain, then rejoice in being unknown and unregarded. A realistic and humble attitude is the highest and the most valuable thing we can learn. I would just dedicate my life to this statement in the book Imitation of Christ. Thank you very much.
Respected Raghavan sir, we are all very, very happy that you have allowed us to have this celebration. We're really indebted to you. And we all wish Jeevantam, let Raghavan sir, Jeevantam Sharadam Shatam, 100 ವಸಂತಗಳನ್ನು ತಾವು ಸುಖ ಶಾಂತಿಯಿಂದ ಆರೋಗ್ಯದಿಂದ ಕಾಣುವಂತಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಆ ಭಗವಂತನಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. Our salutations to you, sir. Thank you, sir. Now we have few people who will be speaking and sharing their views and thoughts about Raghavan sir. It's a privilege to speak about Raghavan sir, undoubtedly. So I request all the speakers to speak for 1 to 2 minutes only. Yeah, we request Mr. Sukumaran to come out to the dais and present this memento to Raghavan sir.
see from here, sir. Now, you see from here. Yes,
Thank you, sir. Now it's time for few people to express their thoughts, share their thoughts with us. Yeah.
May I just call upon Justice
Yeah, I request Mr. Arun Kumar to start.
Shivraj Patil to say a few words.
I think I'll turn this way.
Yes. If we can.
May I request all the guests to be seated?
Come in front of the camera.
We have few people speaking so that, yeah. May I request, again, once again, I request all the guests to be seated.
My dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, Sri K.G. Raghavan, the star of the bar today, and 50 golden years of distinguished practice, marking practice for half a century. 50 years distinguished practice at the bar is a great milestone. I have been enjoying this function. It's a very pleasant function. The first thing I do is I congratulate Mr. K.G. Raghavan on my behalf, on behalf of everyone present here for a happy, healthy, long life and continued service to the humanity, not the profession alone. Such occasions like Golden Jubilee, Centenary celebrations or Silver Jubilee celebrations give, according to me, three aspects have to be reflected. One is, it is a time to celebrate for what is achieved during the period of 50 years. Well, we are all part of the celebration now, which you richly deserve, Mr. Raghavan. The other aspect is, look back, for the last 50 years, we have been in the practice. What you have achieved is fine. What you have missed also can have an introspection for that.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Third thing is...
Sorry to interrupt. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor of Andhra Pradesh, His Excellency, Syed Abdul Nazir has arrived. May I request all of you to stand and show our respect to the Honorable Governor of Andhra Pradesh, His Excellency, Shri Syed Abdul Nazir. We extend a very, very warm welcome to you, sir. Hearty welcome to Governor of Andhra Pradesh, His Excellency, Shri S. Abdul Nazir, sir. Let's put our hands together and welcome him. Welcome to S. Abdul Nazir, His Excellency. We extend a heartfelt welcome to you, sir. Your presence has made this 50 golden years of distinguished practice of Dr. Shri K.G. Raghavan, sir. Very, very special, sir. May I request all of you to sit down and let's continue with our program.
Congrats. Tigadena sir.
Honorable
Justice.
Governor Mr. Abdul Nazir, I was supposed to speak for a minute or two as per the organizations.
Yes, sir.
I think 1 minute of this will be condoned and added to my speech. Third aspect I was saying was, what we should plan and proceed in life hereafter. 3 aspects I said: celebrate, interaspect, and plan for the future. When I look at Mr. Raghavan, we have been together in the bar. I have very closely observed him. Very clear, confident, and he is endowed with a rich voice, which you have heard all through now. That is not merely a rich voice, rich in experience and substantial arguments also. I have heard him sitting on the bench as well. And in 50 years, when I look at Mr. Raghavan, whether he is 50 years or 50 years practice, he looks to me, by appearance, he is 50 years. That is the personality. The reference was made to senior and junior. Since I have a limited time of one sentence, a good relationship between a senior and junior is one where senior feels assisted and junior feels guided. That is the principle where the relationship will go. Mr. Raghavan, some of the senior lawyers here, they are not individuals, they are institutions themselves. Under you, a lot of training has been given to several of lawyers. When I see the list of hosts, many of them are senior counsel in their own right today, and that's a great compliment for you. Lastly, I would like to say, reference was made, how to balance profession and life. I, for one, profession is part of life and not the whole life. Many times we mistake, I have to work, go to office, go to court. Throughout will be merged only in the profession. You have rightly taken up, profession is only part of life, not the whole life. In that sense, I am saying, excellent practice. At the same time, we have devoted part of your life for service, social service, and you have got deep interest in art and culture, and you are writing also. So many things are new. One I know personally, the very fact that Mr. Raghavan today is associated with Bharatiya Vidya Bhavana as the president, itself shows his interest in literature, culture, and allied. One personal experience with that I will complete. He took me to some municipal high school here. And almost he has adopted that school. The situation was very bad. Children were suffering. Mr. Raghavan fully supported. Today I am told it is producing 100% results. Excellent, because this part of it is what you owe to the society. Mr. Raghavan, once again, I wish you all the best. Long life, good health, and continued service to humanity. God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Shivraj Patil, sir, the former Judge, Supreme Court.
May I call upon Justice Ravindran to
Your Excellency, my dear friend Raghavan, and all the assembled dignitaries. See, when Arun said that I should speak a few words, I said yes. Then he took revenge, because judges always tell the lawyers, be brief, be brief. So I think he had great pleasure in saying, sir, you have to speak only for 1 minute. So normally no lawyer listens to the judges. and they go on their own way. But I will try to listen to you and make it 1 minute. What do I say about Raghavan? All of you know about Raghavan. You know better than me. But all that I can say is, here is a man, here is a lawyer who is clarity in thought and expression, number one. Erudition in law, number two. Thorough preparation for the case, number three. Then lost confidence, whether bad case, good case, yes, great confidence. These are the four qualities that make him really a great judge. God has thrown him two extra benefits for him. One is, as Justice Shivraj Patil said, a booming voice. Second is a memory. You are a great lawyer.
Thank you, sir.
And you are not only a great lawyer because of your service to the society, your interest in education, literature, charity, it makes you a great human being also. Continue mentoring lawyers of next generation and next generation thereafter.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ravindran, sir, former Judge, Supreme Court.
Good evening, all the legal luminaries present here in the August occasion. His Excellency Shri Governor Shri Justice Abdul Nazir. In the year 1998, when I joined judiciary, I was posted in City Civil Court as a district judge. The entire court was flooded with the cases which involved copyright, trademark, and passing of cases, which was totally unknown to me because I was practicing in mafusal courts. I never practiced on that side first time, and I never read that law also, because there was no occasion for me. When I came to that court, there were important three stalwarts lawyers who were practicing on that side. One amongst them is Mr. K.G. Raghavan, and another is Mr. Holla. And another lawyer's name I don't remember now. When Raghavan came to my court, I was totally taken aback after hearing him, because he not only argued the facts of the case and law involved in those cases where he argued, but he articulated the law and also the facts in such a manner so that even without looking into the statute, even without looking into the case papers, I could able to understand what the case was. That was the capacity of Mr. K.G. Raghavan. He used to convince the judges in such a manner that in Kannada it says that kasadinda rasa madodu anta. Kasadinda rasa madodu. Yenu ildero avaru adike helidru. He said that every case is a golden case for the client. Lawyer should look at the client. So we also, judges, I said that we have to look towards the client, not towards the counsel. So I, as a district judge, and later I became High Court judge, when I entered this hall, Mr. Raghavan said, "Sir, I am very honored when you have come here, and I have learnt a lot from your court, sir." In fact, it is vice versa. When I became the judge, as a district judge, I learnt a lot from them. The lot of advocates who appeared before me taught me to become a good judge, district judge, and then later a High Court judge. It is his greatness that he said that he learnt a lot from me. Mr. Raghavan, the second part of you is, in your life, you have become the chairman of this Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan. It is enriched by you, actually, culturally, habitually, and historically. You made that institution to come up to the top of the level in the country now. Everybody appreciates. In one incident I want to tell, and I will conclude my speech. When we participated in a program in Mysore, I remember, that is Ganakala Bhushana Prashasti Pradhana Samaramba. He came to the hall. He was not actually the chief guest in that particular program. He came so simple with a one jubba and paijan, with a bag to his one shoulder. And he came there and sat in the corner of the hall. And he was viewing what was going on. The music was going on. He was so great lover of music and dance and culture, as Honorable Justice Shivraj Patil said. He promoted the culture in such a way. And he sat in the corner of that hall, and I saw him actually. I invited him onto the dais to sit on my side, because I was the chief guest in that program. So such a simplicity he developed. Wherever he goes outside, he will not the showmaster, but in the court he was. He was not only convincing the judges by means of his erudite declaration of laws and factual aspects, but he was articulating his arguments by means of his mannerism also. That was a wonderful mannerism and dignified behavior in the court. He is a model to the youngsters. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
ತಮ್ಮ ರಸವತ್ತಾದ ಮಾತುಗಳಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Shri Panendra sir.
Can I request Mr. Raghavan's brother to say a few words, please?
It was probably a surprise that I'm asked to speak today. But however, I wrote something. So there are a couple of things that my brother, I call him Ragana, even though he is not my elder brother, he is my younger brother. One of the things is, going back in history, people often say that you spend a lot of time searching for your calling. My brother was one of the fortunate few who found this very early in his life. Because ನಾವುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಾವು 1960s PCB ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, PCM ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇವನು ಮೊದಲಿಂದನೂ ಹೇಳ್ದ, ನಾನು ಲಾಯರೇ ಆಗೋದು, ಬೇರೆ ಏನೂ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಎ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಾಯ್, ಇವನು ಹೇಳಿದಾನೆ ಆಗಲೇ, he looked up to our father with admiration and pride. He always wanted to grow up as a lawyer, just like our Appa. What began, I should say, as a childhood dream, became a lifelong commitment, which is kind of very well reflected in so many of you that are here today. And tonight we celebrate the extraordinary journey that followed. As I reflect on his 50 years in this profession, I am reminded of a verse from the Panchatantra. It says, Udyamena hi siddhyanti karyani na manorataihi nahi suptasya simhasya pravishanti mukhe mrigaha. In ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕೆಲಸಗಳು ಸಾಹಸದಿಂದ ಸಾಧಿಸಲ್ಪಡುತ್ತವೆಯೇ ಹೊರತು ಹಾರೈಕೆಯಿಂದಲ್ಲ. ನಿದ್ರಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಸಿಂಹದ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಜಿಂಕೆಗಳು ಪ್ರವೇಶಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. Throughout his career, he has represented clients, solved problems, stood up for what he believed was right, and earned the respect of the colleagues and friends alike, which is well reflected in this many of you coming here to honor this wonderful brother of mine. No wonder I get a little emotional when I look at him and see where he is today in terms of his accomplishment and some of the things that he has done. I often think how proud, this is a very important personal statement for me. I often think how proud our father would be tonight. He inspired a young boy to follow in his footsteps. But I believe he would be even prouder to know that his son just did not follow the path. He made his own, which is reflected here today. He built a legacy. And that's what reflects the values of our cherished. Integrity, service, and respect for others. As your sibling, I have had the privilege of watching this journey from the beginning. I have seen your determination, your perseverance, and your quiet strength. I've also seen, this is important, the love you have given to our family. Because no matter how demanding your profession has been, you have always remembered what truly matters, the love of your family. There's a quote that says, the greatest use of a life is to spend it on something that will outlast it. Your career has done exactly that. The lives you have helped, the people you have mentored, and the example you have set will continue long after any case has been closed. So tonight, we celebrate more than 50 years in the profession. We celebrate a childhood dream fulfilled, a father's legacy honored, a life lived with purpose, and the values you have carried with you every step of the way. Congratulations, my dear brother Ragana. I would not be prouder of you. And I know if Appa was here, he would be standing with us tonight with the biggest smile of all, saying, wow, what an accomplishment. Here is to 50 remarkable years and to the wonderful man behind them. And now, as judges would like to always hear from lawyers, I rest my case.
Thank you, sir. Tama bhratrubhavada nudigalige ವಂದನೆಗಳು.
Please don't think amiss. His Excellency has expressed that he would not want to speak, and that's the only reason. Please don't think amiss otherwise. I have just one last speaker. He has promised he will not exceed 2 minutes. After that, we will proceed to dinner. May I request Mr. Sukumar to say a few words.
Honorable Governor, respected honorable judges, distinguished members of the bar, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. Some relationships are created by birth, others by destiny, but a few rare ones are built on trust, affection, and shared values. Such relationships become stronger than blood itself. For me and my family, Sri K.G. Raghavan is not merely a distinguished advocate or a family friend. He is my elder brother, my beloved Raghavan Anna. The distinguished speakers before me have already spoken eloquently on Anna's remarkable achievements and professional excellence. Some of what I may say may overlap. However, I seek your indulgence as I share the perspective of an younger brother whose family has been blessed by his affection, guidance, and friendship for over 4 decades. My association with Anna began more than 40 years ago when I approached him regarding a company dispute. I expected an outstanding lawyer. Instead, I found a mentor, a trusted advisor, and an elder brother who became an inseparable part of our family. Over these 4 decades, there has hardly been any important business, legal or family decisions that I have taken without seeking his advice. His wisdom has always been our guiding light. What makes Anna truly special, he never merely represents a client. He stands by people. He shares their burden, celebrates their victory,
and becomes part of their journey. Beyond the courtroom, his contributions are equally very, very inspiring. As chairman of Bharati Vidya Bhavan Bengaluru, he has strengthened the institution that shapes young minds while preserving our cultural values. His work in promoting quality education, his scholarship reflected in the book on Ramayana, and his deep devotion to Lakshmi Narasimha Swami speaks volume about depth of his character. Anna's greatest legacy, however, is not confined to the courtroom. It is the values he has passed on to his family. Both his brilliant daughters have followed in his footsteps, one practicing law in Chennai and other in New York. His son-in-law is an advocate, and to make it more interesting, the parents of his son-in-law are also advocates. That's enough legal brilliance around one dining table to settle almost any dispute. Though I imagine deciding the dessert might still require a long argument. For our family, Anna has been much more than a lawyer. He has been our guide, our mentor, our conscience, and our source of strength. Anna, on behalf of my family, thank you for your affection, guidance, and unwavering support. We pray the Almighty bless with good health, happiness, and many more years of service to society. And finally, on a lighter note, after guiding me for over 40 years in business, family matters, and legal issues, I have one humble request. Please don't retire. I still have a few more problems left for you to solve. Congratulations once again on completing 50 glorious years of legal profession. Thank you. My pranams. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sukumar sir, for those affectionate
I
words.
just want
Thank
to,
you.
before we all disperse for dinner, I just want to make one, I don't want to say announcement. I want to express one pride, which is unique in my family, in my profession. That's my son-in-law, Mr. Anirudh Krishnan, who has been called to the bar in England. Anirudh, he told me I should not say it, but I cannot resist the temptation of saying it. He has made all of us uniquely proud. So he is now entitled to practice in all the courts in England, and he was called to the bar last week. And as a recognition of his tremendous accomplishment in this country, they waived all the requirements of being a pupillage, and he was straight away admitted to the bar. And on this occasion, Anirudh, I wish you all the best. May God bless you. And soon we will want to see you argue cases in the English courts. And I thank my Samandhi, Mr. Krishnan, Radhika, and Mr. Neelakantan, who have all come. My brother came all the way from America for this function. My sister is here. So they have all made this a fulfilling event. Thank you very much for being here.
Just wanted to say one thing. First, thank you very much, but the reason I requested you not to speak about it was that compared to what you have done, compared to what several people in this audience have done, this is absolutely nothing. It's only the first few steps of my long journey. And I must say that through my journey, I have been greatly guided by you and my father. And I think the guidance has really helped me in a good stead. And my mother has been a pillar of support as well. And my entire family, Goda and the kids. But I think there is something that I must speak because about the hero of the day. I think there are certain things that I must say which I will go beyond the law and the books.
You have to say it, you know why? To maintain domestic peace.
No, but I must say that I'll go back to, I think in that video, I briefly mentioned it in one line on how what happens in your professional life and personal life should not intermingle. In fact, I think this was a phase when we were working together. There was a very detailed arbitration before Justice Ravindran that was going on at that point of time. And my mother-in-law was not keeping well at all. That was her last few months. And we would be in one room in the house where she would have a bad episode, and it would be difficult. We would be shaken by that episode, but there would be a bunch of engineers waiting in another room. I would be shaken, but we would go back and sit in that room, and he would get back with 100% focus, yet he would be 100% dedicated to what was happening to my mother-in-law at that point of time. So that was something that is amazing, and that is a trait that I think is absolutely something that is admirable. I think there were questions put on finding the balance. I think this is something that I think I must say to the entire audience, because it's something that is both deeply personal but has had a huge impact on people who watch, such as me. Thank you. So it's a remarkable achievement. I don't think there's anything much that I can say or add to what anybody else has said. Everybody has done far more, and I think the organizing committee has also done such a phenomenal job of putting this together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, every career leaves behind achievements, but only a few leave behind a legacy, and that is our senior advocate, K.G. Raghavan, sir. Today, we have celebrated not just 50 years of legal practice, but 50 years of integrity, dedication, mentorship, and service to the legal profession, sir. On behalf of the organizing committee, we thank each one of you for joining us and making this celebration truly special. We wish our senior advocate, Mr. Raghavan, many more years of good health, happiness, and continued inspiration. Thank you very much, sir. And we close this evening with the Sanskrit shloka. Yeah. Sahana bhavatu, sahano bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu, ma vidvishavahai, om shanti, shanti, shantihi. So I request all of you to proceed for dinner. Meanwhile, M.S. Subbalakshmi will continue her saxophone recital on the dais. My invite Subbalakshmi to take over the stage.
I need a table.